stopped calling my kitchen temporary and decided to treat it like home. Because waiting to love your space doesn't make it permanent. It just delays the joy. So today I'm gonna show you how I gave my kitchen a modern update on a budget. No renovation required. Stay tuned. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel where we focus on intentional living and elevating the everyday through DIYs. So what am I up to today? I'm glad you asked. So let me bring you guys up to speed. I've been in my place for 5 going on 6 years now. This is what it looked like when I first moved in. I did a first update to the kitchen. I painted the kitchen cabinets and I added this peel and stick backsplash. If you're interested in seeing the process on how I did the first upgrade, I'll be sure and link that video in the description box. So here I am now. I found these towels on Shein. They were only about $32, so I decided I would do a quick update to the kitchen and give it more of a brighter look and feel. So I removed the old backsplash and began applying the new peel and stick just to realize that the white contrasts so bad with the original granite. Okay. Once I decided that I did not like the contrast of the tile with the countertop, I put a pause on it. So I went looking on Pinterest and everywhere else trying to figure out what color will go good with my kitchen. Now, keep in mind, I do have dark colored cabinets and I wanted something that was going to help brighten the room, and I didn't want to go darker. I wanted to go lighter. So I finally decided on this design and I ordered the wallpaper. So once the wallpaper came in, here's how I installed it. So I decided on this Calicata Viola contact paper, and I originally started off with a squeegee and a blow dryer. Now, I used the measuring feature on my iPhone to get my measurements, and then I cut the wallpaper, and I initially started to try to apply it in one big piece because I didn't want to show any lines on the backsplash. However, I will tell you that although it seems like a great idea, working in big sections using contact paper particularly will drive you insane. So understand that slow and steady does win the race, and as long as you take your time with the install, it's still going to come out looking polished. I will say I've worked with a couple of contact papers before, and this one was actually pretty easy to install. You can see that I use my hand to lay down the majority of this backsplash. Now, the contact paper that I use on the countertop, oh, that's a whole nother story. Hey guys, so now the backsplash is finished. My last question is whether or not I want to simply do the backsplash to the back of that little area by the sink, or if I want to cover the backsplash and the countertop. I do have enough of this same wallpaper. This wallpaper actually, it went far. I mean, it was pricey, but I got my use out of it. So I do have enough to cover the back of the backsplash by the sink in addition to the countertop. Now, I don't want it to become overwhelming because I personally feel like this design can be overwhelming at times, which is why I opted to just use this as a backsplash and not a backsplash and the countertop. But because that's like the eat-in kitchen area, I think it might be okay. I'm gonna think on it. Let's figure it out. I'll let God guide me. And in the meantime, I do have the wall plates for the light covers and the outlets. I am going to spray paint that and let that sit outside so it could dry, so that hopefully by the time I'm finished, it'll be dry and I could put it all together and be done with this kitchen, God willingly, today. Wish me luck. Be back when he's dry. You deserve the glory. When I tell y'all praise and worship got me through this wallpaper experience, I am not exaggerating. So now it's time for me to do the countertop. And I will say that the countertop with this particular Contact paper was a breeze. It was so much easier than applying it as the backsplash because I had more control. I wasn't like reaching in awkward locations. And as you guys see, I'm literally just applying this, rubbing it with my hand. I used the squeegee when it came time to get to the end. And when doing the curves, you just want to apply pressure as you push the contact paper onto the countertop. Now, unfortunately, I have curved granite countertops, which means the corners is going to look a little something, right? I have not found a way to apply it with no imperfections. If you're applying contact paper, it's necessary to let go of being a perfectionist, or you will literally drive yourself insane. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so now that that's complete, it's time to move on to installing the countertop. Now here's the bad part. I did not realize that the wallpaper I installed was extremely thin and you can actually see the countertop through it. So had to pause again and go order. I literally ordered like 20 different wallpapers to try to match the backsplash. It's really funny. You never really notice how many shades of white there are until you need to match it. So I still really didn't find a perfect match, but I finally decided on a color in an effort to complete this project sometime this year. So here we are. Okay, so here's the dilemma. My countertop, as you guys can see, is very ugly and it's very busy, which means that it really hides any like little dirt that's hidden underneath. That is going to cause a bubble when you're doing your wallpaper. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this little tool and I'm going to gently scrape it across the countertop, not scraping like to cause scratches on the countertop, but just like lightly graze it just to pick up any built up gunk, junk, dirt, glue, whatever it is that may still be hidden on the countertop. Then you want to go on top of that using some alcohol pads just to wipe it down and make sure it's clean and free of any grease or dirt before attempting to do this install. Using this matte paper, it shows everything. I'm a little nervous about it, but let's go. Now it's time for the fun part. I'm being facetious for sure when I say this. Now, I decided to go with a matte white contact paper for the countertop. So here's the dilemma. This overlap is very loud. I have not been able to find anyone who has used matte white on their kitchen countertop. So I guess this is a first. As you can see, when I first started doing it, I did not know how to properly align it. And the lines from connecting the wallpaper was very visible. Don't worry, though, I am going to show you a hack that I learned as I continue doing it to get seamless lines while doing the install. This is hard to explain, so just watch and you'll probably pick up on what I did. So to apply the wallpaper, you slowly pull the backing off of the contact paper as you press. I made a perforation on the back that prevented the sides, both sides, from being removed as I pulled the backing down. This allowed me to get it flush and then overlap it with the previous wallpaper, draw a straight line down, and then remove the backing. And this is how I was able to get a seamless line and reduce the amount of bubbling that occurred. Now you can apply caulk for a seamless finish, but I'm going to wait a little bit just to see how this matte wallpaper plays out. The last step before the decor was to upgrade the cabinet handles. I decided I wanted to go with 2 different color cabinet handles. So I'm only going to change the top handle to this copper color. Now I did order these white handles and I was going to just apply this to the little drawers on the side. But as I was playing around with it, I put it on top of the silver handles that were already there, and I actually liked the design. So I decided to just take some of my double-sided tape and tape it on top of the existing silver handles, and I created my own little personal handle. When it comes to doing home decor, guys, don't be afraid to break the rules and make the decor your own. There are no rules. The only rules is that you do what you like because you have to live with it. And personally, I love it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now it's time for the final touches and to add the decor back. I picked up this marble plate from Ross, my all-time favorite discount store. I got a really good price for it. And I'm rearranging my decor. So I had a tea station, but I had it located on the other counter. I decided to put it over here in its own little nook of its own. And then I'm adding back some of my other decor. I appreciate the green at giving me that pop of color. I found this marble decor piece on Amazon and I felt it matched perfectly with the backsplash. And I'm just adding back my appliances and the rest of my decor. Now, I couldn't forget my little purse cup, and I decided to hang it on top of the tea station for a little flair. Last stop was applying some of this protectant to this rug, and I'm so happy with the rug because I feel like the rug just bring everything together because it incorporated all the colors, and it just, to me, it was the chef's kiss for this kitchen. And now, if you guys will, just a reminder of what the kitchen looked like when I first moved in, and here we are now. Let me know what you think. This is why I always say small upgrades make the biggest difference in the world. I didn't change the layout. I didn't do any major renovations, just little details. And now the space feels completely different. So if you've been putting off making an update to your space because you feel like you don't have the budget, take this as your sign to start now. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, it'd be really helpful for my channel if you hit that thumbs up button. It helps the algorithm know that this is something that you want to see. And be sure and hit that subscribe button before you leave. And comment down below and let me know what your best part of the upgrade is. Guys, it's always important. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. And if it be God's will, I'll see you in my next video. Take care now.